If you're thinking about a Valentine's getaway to the Smoky Mountains, there are a few things you should know before booking that trip. Welcome to Bear Facts, where we explore the Smoky Mountains one bear fact at a time. Visiting the Smoky Mountains around Valentine's Day can feel like stepping into two very different trips at once. On one hand, it's a cozy, romantic, and welcoming pause from winter's long grind. On the other, it can be busy, unpredictable, and occasionally frustrating if you're not prepared. Like most trips to the Smokies, timing and expectations make all the difference. On the positive side, Valentine's Day is definitely one of the best times of the year to visit the Smoky Mountains. The region is packed with cabins with cozy fireplaces, bubbling hot tubs, and amazing snow-capped vistas, which can be spotted just beyond your window. It's a place where romance feels built into the landscape itself. To top it off, February is also a good time for that much-needed mental break from winter, and the idea of a romantic getaway just sounds amazing. And while much of the country is still locked into gray days and cold routines, the Smokies offer quiet mornings, misty mountain scenery, and just enough seasonal charm to make the trip feel more restorative rather than rushed and unpleasant. And there are a surprising number of things to actually do while you're there in the middle of winter, not only as a couple, but with your family as well. From great dining options to fun activities to amazing mountain hikes, the Smoky Mountains has it all. But not everything is roses and sunshines during this day. Things that might make you hesitate in visiting or canceling it altogether, well, we're going to talk about that in a minute. But first, let's talk about some of the things that might make this Valentine's Day a fantastic idea before we splash cold ice on the romance and point out the downside of things. Let's look at those positive things first. First thing first, we're going to look at all the things you could do if you're down here for Valentine's weekend. And one of the things that most people are looking for whenever they're planning any kind of weekend getaway is where to eat. Because food is really important. We all know that. Everyone wants to have the best places to choose from. And the Smoky Mountains have plenty of different dining options, and a lot are suited for that romantic dinner. Now, whether that means a seafood or steak or some kind of upscale Southern-inspired cuisine, there are a lot of places to choose from. Some of my favorites include Chesapeake, which is a seafood house right in the middle of Gatlinburg. Another place that we like to talk about are the Peddler Steakhouse, which is known for their romantic settings, especially during Valentine's Day. And of course, there are those who want a more refined experience. Spots like the Greenbrier or Heirloom Room provide an intimate atmosphere that feels tailor-made for a special occasion. The Greenbrier is most known for their evolving menu, elegant rustic charm, and, well, actually cornbread. They're actually really well known for that. We are in the South, remember, so we gotta keep it South sometimes. And one of the newest additions to the Gatlinburg area is the Heirloom Room, which is another place that people are finding that offer that intimate seating, good food, and fantastic service. Romantic attractions also shine in February, especially those that focus on the views rather than the thrill rides. Anakeesta, with the feature like the Tulip Tower, offers sweeping mountain vistas and overlooks that feel especially peaceful in the winter. Gatlinburg's SkyPark includes its iconic bridge. It delivers a dramatic scenery and photographic opportunities that lean into the romance of being suspended above the mountains. The Gatlinburg Space Needle, of course, it remains a classic stop for couples who want a panoramic view without the long hike. And then there's SkyLand Ranch down in Sevierville, which combines open spaces, mountain backdrops, and a slower pace that works well for the winter visit. The Winterfest River Walk is also open. That's in Pigeon Forge, and it makes a long stroll along the Pigeon River an ideal and inexpensive option for couples or families. And of course, there's tons of smaller activities such as miniature golf, go-kart track races, and a lot of fun dinner shows or just general shows that can make for a fun time in Pigeon Forge alone. Best yet are the mountains. Compared to the peak summer or fall color seasons, the mountains themselves can feel like a true escape from the heavy tourism and overpriced attractions in the cities below. Especially if you focus on scenery and simple experiences, the mountains are the place to go. During the winter months, you can actually enjoy snow-capped mountains and icicles dripping alongside the mountain ridges. It's quite a beautiful thing to see. And to top it off, because the leaves are gone, the trees have thinned out, and you actually have a better view of the mountains in the distance. And while this all sounds romantic and amazing from a distance, you might need to reconsider everything once you meet the traffic, though. Because Valentine's Day weekend isn't all rose-scented candles and cozy cabin views. It can become, or quickly become, the reason for your divorce or split. One of the biggest reasons for this is that Valentine's weekend often overlaps with President's Day weekend and now Lunar New Year's. Families flood the area, and the roads in Gatlinburg, Pigeon Forge, and Sevierville can turn into a crawling parade of braking lights. What should be a peaceful mountain drive often becomes an endurance event, with packed restaurants, crowded attractions, and spiking hotel prices. This place can turn a romantic getaway into a test of love measured in traffic lights and wait times. Also be aware that when you are thinking about planning any activities, many of the attractions that involve snow are going to be very popular. One of them is Uber Gatlinburg. When I say busy, I can't even begin to describe the horrendous lines that we have seen during President's Day weekend. I would not go on that weekend personally. I have tried several years in a row, and either we literally can't get to the top of the mountain to drive up there because the traffic is so bad, or the air trams are so backed up with people trying to get on. You're just waiting in line to get to the top of the mountain where you're literally going to wait for more lines. It is a very nice resort, don't get me wrong, but be prepared. If you really want to go do it, make sure you get your tickets ahead of time. Go online. Be prepared before going. Or if you're driving up there, get there early in the morning and beat the traffic. Because like I said, some of these attractions can get really, really bad. Now, if the traffic didn't get you, this next thing will. Winter is perhaps the biggest wild card of them all. Snow, ice, and fog regularly impact the mountains in February, and road closures can happen quickly and frequently. Beautiful mountain scenic roads where your cabin is sitting atop the mountain cliff from become harrowing, terrifying adventures of trying to get off the mountain using the road and not the side of the cliff, because roads can get very bad and very treacherous fast. On top of that, Newfound Gap route along US 441, one of the main roads through the park, is especially prone to closures during the winter weather seasons, which can disrupt travel plans for sure and limit access between Tennessee and North Carolina. Even when the snow adds to the romance, it can also restrict hiking, sightseeing, and driving if conditions worsen. On top of that, many of the restrooms, picnic areas, and some of the facilities are actually closed in the national park during the winter season. Areas like Chimney Tops Picnic Area, the Cades Cove General Store, and the facilities right next to it, and even Elkmont have many of their restrooms closed during the winter. One of the main attractions in the Smoky Mountains that gets closed at the very early part of winter is Clingman's Dome. The entire 7-mile stretch of road from Newfound Gap all the way up to the attraction is closed. Usually it closes the very end of December. So with all of these convenient places closed and a lot of these destinations shut down, going to the mountains can become a little bit of a drag because you're missing out on a lot of really cool things. Now, don't get discouraged. There are actually a handful of smart, easy things that you can do to turn this Valentine weekend into an unforgettable, cherished memory. Step 1 is simple. Know what you're walking into. Just being aware of these complications puts you ahead of the game before you've even arrived. When you understand the crowds, traffic patterns, and seasonal closures that can come with a Valentine weekend, you can plan smarter, set realistic expectations, and avoid a lot of unnecessary stress. Step 2, give yourself more time than you would think you'd need for travel, especially during this weekend, when traffic and weather changes can change rapidly. Just knowing ahead of time if there is any road closures, or let's say you need to get to a reservation that's only a mile down the road, but yet you look outside your hotel and there's a line of traffic. Give yourself some wiggle room, plan accordingly, and don't overstress about things. If you're late, you're late. That's an important one. But if you've given yourself some travel wiggle room, you'll be better off anyway. Step 3, kind of related to the last one. Make your dinner reservations ahead of time and book your room as early as possible. Believe it or not, many hotels and lodges will actually give you a discount if you book early enough. Also consider purchasing any attraction tickets beforehand. Dinner shows, attractions like Anakeesta, even Uber Gatlinburg, these are all things that you can purchase beforehand, and it will make your life so much easier and simpler if it's done and set and ready to go. Then the only thing you need to do is make sure you get there safely. The last step, this is going to seem a little counterintuitive, but hear me out. The last step is to avoid over-planning. I know some of you want to get everything done, see everything when you're down there, but in reality, it's not going to happen this weekend. Unless you're there for a good solid week, this is not the weekend to try to plan to see everything. Prioritize the things that are important to you, make those reservations, and set your schedule loosely. Don't pack it all in because you're just going to stress yourself out more, especially if you don't end up seeing half the things you wanted to do because of the crowds. Just take your time and enjoy the Smoky Mountain region and the activities that you do. Make one reservation for dinner and one attraction. And then, if for some reason you get done early and traffic isn't as bad as we anticipated, then look at you. You get to do something else, a spur-of-the-moment activity, a little bonus for your trip to the Smoky Mountains. I hope this video helps you plan your visit to the Smoky Mountains. You're getting an honest review from our personal experiences, but facts and things change and traffic patterns change for the worse usually. But please keep us in the loop if you learn anything new and want to share your experiences in the comments. Thanks again for visiting us at Fairfax of the Smoky Mountains. Please click that like button and subscribe to our channel.